1994. I mean, I say it was a World Cup, it was more like a stag, to be honest. It was like going away with 23 your mates, playing 4 games of footy, getting pissed, going to strippers and meeting Mickey Mouse. It was fucking brilliant, to be honest. But like, as a footballer, when you win something or you go to a tournament, you always want to do it again, because it was so good. Anyway, we qualified for the World Cup in 2002 in Japan. And Mick McCarthy took us to a little island just off Japan called Saipan. So we went there as a team for a bit of rest and, you know, just to get ourselves a bit of team bonding. And obviously Roy's in the squad. So you can imagine being away from your loved ones for 6 weeks. It can get a little bit like, you know, turbulent. So you need a bit of a release. So not being the brightest button in the box, and it was back in the days of the DVD. There was no internet really back then. No YouPorn and Pornhub back then, Stan, was there?
We were gone 3 days.
All right. So I took a box of blue movies, DVDs, right? So I took about 20 blue movies just for the lads to have a little bit of a release. So of course, after a couple of days, the lads come knocking. I'm rooming with Stan, and the lads come knocking, and like I'm dishing them out like the adult Blockbuster, and I'm giving them all out. Anyway, as you know, Roy Keane, right? You never see him apart from eating or playing. That's the only time you see Roy Keane. He never mixes with the lads. You just don't see him. So anyway, one night was me and Stan sitting, like, lying on our beds, the separate beds. So carried away. So anyway, there's a knock at the door. So he pulls rank, doesn't he? So he goes, go and answer the door. So I gets up, I walks down there. I open the door, and there he is, Roy Keane. Will you listen? Right. So there he is, Roy Keane, right? He's just got his shorts on. So he just looks up and down the corridor like that, right? And he just turns to me and he goes, Trigger, you haven't got one of them blueies, have you? So I've gone, fucking hell. So I said, wait there, because I fucking hated him, right? So I didn't even invite him in, right? So I goes back into the room, right? And he's lying on the bed and he goes to me, who's that? I went, you're not going to believe this. It's Roy Keane. He went, what the fuck's he want? I went, I know. I said, he only wants a bluey. He went, don't upset him, give him your best one. Right? So I'm flicking through the box, right? And what I used to do, I used to take a dodgy one, right? Chicks with Dicks, it was called, right? It was a little, you know, like go and enjoy yourself, and then the lads bang it on, and it's like a beard with a big massive knob. You know, honest to God, like, priceless. So anyway, it went through my head, right? Shall I give him that? Like, it's a bit of fun. Shall I give him that? So I give him Jenna Jameson's Greatest Hits, right? It was the best, right? So I goes back out and I gives it to him, and I just went to him, enjoy yourself, Roy, and off he pops, like that. Anyway, 2 days later, we're all eating in the room, and he'd done this article about me being a knobhead. I don't know where he gets that from, and like the training facilities and all that being sort of under par. And he has it out with Mick McCarthy, and it was a private meeting. We're all in the room. The 24 players were there, and all the staff and everything. Anyway, he stands up and he sort of has this argument with Mick McCarthy about how bad this is and all that. And next thing he just goes, I'm going home, and he just walks out the room, and there was this silence in the room, like this. And Mick McCarthy just turns round and he goes, has anyone got anything to say? And our our reserve goalkeeper, Dean Kiley, puts his hand up. And Mick says, what is it, Dean? And he goes, Mick, I just want you to know, I can play centre midfield if you need me. Like that, right? And everyone starts laughing. But going through my head, I'm thinking, how am I going to get me bluey back? He's fucking off home in the morning. Right, so we were rooming next to him, weren't we? So I goes back to the room and I'm fidgeting. And he goes, listen, just go and knock on his door and ask for the bluey back. Just ask for it back. We've got another 5 weeks here. So I goes to his room, and I'm like that for ages. You know, like when you go and see the boss in work, you shit yourself out and you're knocking on his door. And I'm like, fuck it, sure lie. And in the end, I just went, bang, knocked on his door. And he opened it dead quick. He must have been standing right behind the door, right? And he opened it dead quick. And he went, what do you want? I said, I know it's a little bit awkward, and I know you're going home tomorrow. I said, but could you just drop that bluey into my room before you leave? And he goes, I'll leave it under the door before I go. Anyway, gets up in the morning, no bluey. So we then leaves for Japan. So he gets on the plane and we flies off and we lands in Japan, and the world's media are waiting for us. The news is broken. Roy Keane's gone home. So Mick McCarthy turns around to me, him, and Niall Quinn and says, you three are doing a press conference. I'm thinking, shit. He just went to me, keep your mouth shut. Right. So we get into this room in the airport and it's packed, right? All the journalists are there. There's like Sky are there, NBC, Fox, CBBS, they're all there, right? I'm telling you, they're all there, right? So I don't get asked one question right till the end of the press conference, and this fella sticks his hand up. He was like from Norway or somewhere. He goes, we've established that 2 players knocked on Roy Keane's door last night. He said one was Ian Hart begging Roy Keane to stay. He said, we found out you knocked on his door. He said, what was going through your mind when you knocked on his door? I'm thinking, fucking hell, Roy Keane having a wank, fucking hell.